What is going on, everybody? Very happy Wednesday. Welcome to Cruise Talk Live. How are we doing? So good to be back with each and every single one of you. You're joining myself, Josh, here on this fantastic Wednesday. Also, right up top, window number one, we got Peter G. Peter G, look at you. It's Christmas Wonderland where you're at. And also, down below, we got the beautiful, legendary Mama Hocum. So good to see you. Also, a Christmas Wonderland where you are. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. And of course, we couldn't forget about each and every single one of you. Hey, thank you for stopping by tonight, hanging out with us. If this is your first time here, a very big welcome to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on Cruise Talk Live. Tonight, we're talking about mine and Peter's recent trip to the Mouse's house, to Disney World. I want to break it down for you guys, let you know how are things? How are things there? How was the flight? How, was the COVID safety protocols? How were the rides? What our favorites were? We did a little pre-show action over on Peter's channel, Extra Magic. If you want to check that out, that should be up by now, right, Peter? I think it's probably processed, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that should be up by now. So guys, do feel free. Head over and check that out. It was a ton of fun. We did that 7 p.m. Eastern today. It was a ton of fun hanging out with Peter over there. So definitely do head over and check that out. Maybe after the show today. Like I said, we did a little pre-show action. It was tons of fun. We do that every other week over on his channel. And of course, we have Cruise Talk Live every single Wednesday right here. This is the place to be. If you're brand new, make sure that you smash that subscribe button as well so you stay the most up-to-date with everything fun. We also do have that cruise news to talk about. As you guys, I'm sure, if you are any bit of a cruiser, you know about the cancellations that took place today from Carnival Cruise Line, suspected coming from Royal Caribbean.
It's Wednesday.
I know, that's right. I always tell you, I say they're going to happen on Wednesday, and look here they are. Here we are Wednesday.
That's what I said to you this morning. I said, hey, it's Wednesday, and we have cancellation.
Yeah. So, I mean, as expected there. Well, we'll break those down for you so you can be the most up-to-date in case you haven't heard already. Additionally, we do have some news that we didn't get a chance to talk about because we were away last week from Key West. Tons of other cruise news. 100,000 people have signed up to be volunteers. That's quite interesting. We'll take a look at that and so much more. So, guys, a very big welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Cruise Talk Live. Mama Hocum, were you going to say something? It sounded like you were going to say something.
We didn't get to talk about anything 2 weeks ago because you was too busy shoving your mouth with cake.
That's right. That is also very true. That is also very true. Yes, I can say it again, but a big thank you to each and every single one of you that showed up for the birthday celebration 2 weeks ago. If you were a creator or a friend and you made that, you made a part of that video that Peter put together, a big thank you to you. I was humbled. I was all the words with that video. I watched it back after the stream and I was just like shocked. I honestly was. I was shocked just sitting there looking at all of the wonderful friends and family and faces that I saw in that video. It really did warm my heart. So a big thank you to each and every one of you. And if you were just here for the celebration and, in the live chat or in the replay down in the comments, a big thanks to you as well. You guys definitely made my birthday one to remember for sure. And it honestly wouldn't have been that without you. So a big, big thank you to each and every single one of you. Thanks so much for bringing that up, Mama Hocum. I'm glad that you did. We want to jump over into the chat. You guys see that? If you're watching this on a replay, there is a ton of people hanging out with us live. So you should hit your notification bell so that you can also watch it live with us. But we're going to jump over right now and say some hellos to everybody in the chat tonight. A very big welcome and thank you so much for being here. First person in the chat today goes to a new face. A very new face, and I'm glad to see Tony Stanco, Tony S, we'll call you. Tony S, welcome to you. Tony is the first person in the chat. He says, hi, Josh. Hello to you, Tony. Very big welcome. Thanks so much for having your notification bell dinged, sir, and for being the first person in the chat. It's always good to see new faces, huh, guys? Always good to see new faces. Always good to see new faces. Let's jump over and say some hello to some familiar faces as well. I know that we've got a couple in there, just a few. I want to jump over and say a big hello to Johnny Johnson. Johnny Johnson, you're the first person on my screen. I'm going to work down from there. So if you're in the live chat typing right now, We'll work down a little bit, and then we'll jump to live chat, okay? So if you guys have any questions about our Disney trip, anything that you want to know, maybe you saw my Instagram stories, which, by the way, if you didn't, we had a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff happening over on Instagram. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you head over and click that follow button and check out the story. It's titled Disney Vacation. Hold on, Mama Hocum, we'll get there. It's titled Disney Vacation, so you definitely want to make sure that you head over and check that out. Yes, Mama Hocum's got something in her hand. We have no idea what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out here in just a few minutes. It's heavy. It is very heavy. And, of course, Peter's going to give his 2 cents on the vacation as well. You know, being a local, he's never had the opportunity to stay on property. He's always went to the park, done his little thing, and then went home. So we want to hear his 2 cents on what he thought about being a guest, being a true outsider for a couple days at the Disney parks. Was it different? Was it the same? Did it provide an extra dose of magic? I don't know. We'll have to hear from him a little bit later on. Welcome to, let's see, Bill Jensen. Welcome to you. He says, Josh, where is your Christmas background? Bill, we're decorating my apartment tomorrow. Lauren and I are decorating tomorrow. And you probably won't decorate this too much. I don't know, unless we rearrange all the furniture and everything. But I'll be sure and show you guys my Christmas updates and things like that. Big welcome to Frank Mueller. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Sherry, Awesome Sunsets Travel. Welcome, welcome. Natalie Tam. We got Kevin Perez here. What's up, buddy? Jennifer Blackburn says, loved your first day live. We got to ride along with you at Disney. He's talking about Peter's live stream. That's right. Peter did do a live stream last Wednesday over on his channel. I went to Disney Springs. Yeah, it was a ton of fun. It was like a 5-hour stream?
Hungry.
Yeah. Oh, we were making everybody hungry.
Yeah, we were. We had
so
some
good though.
We had some pretty great food at the boathouse.
Stone crab.
Well, we didn't have stone crab, Mama Hocum. We know your obsession. We're not going to get into that. We know you have an obsession with stone crab. She does, guys. It's like on our bucket list or something. Okay. Jennifer Blackburn, welcome to you, love. We've got Scott Wilson. Welcome, welcome, buddy. So good to have you here with us. Always an adventure and fun when Scott Wilson's in the house. He said, if y'all watched Peter's live earlier, you would know about Josh's 5 o'clock shadow. There's a little something going on. If you don't know, you gotta watch it.
It's No Shave November. That's what it is.
It is. It's No Shave November, and I'm celebrating at least today. Tomorrow, the jury's still out on that, but at least today, I'm celebrating No Shave November. We got Rachel A. Rachel A, welcome to you. Justin Kirby, TSC, Gamalier, Brownlee. We've got Rachel Goldson, Scott Weaver. Scott Weaver says, here was a sad morning. February cruise canceled. Yes, actually, Scott, I had, I was the travel agent for his booking that got canceled. And when I got that email, I was like, oh, no.
Wait, February too?
It's January, and some cruises in February as well, and even some all the way up through March. Yeah, it was quite shocking.
I didn't know about that. Oh my goodness.
It was quite shocking how far out.
Peter, I sent it to you.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to read it here in a little bit and give the news and the update. Zach Krantz, welcome to you, buddy. We got Johnny Johnson, like I said, Carrie Brock, Maggie Mitchell. Maggie Mitchell, so good to see you. Andrew Kabate. All right, we got that out of the way. Welcome to you, buddy. Sarah Massey, hello, hello. Magic Kingdom Kate says, new subscriber from Peter's channel. You guys are so fun. Aw. Big thanks and a big welcome to you, Magic Kingdom Kate. So glad that you're here with us tonight. Audra Brooke, and we've got Kaya Baker. Says, hey, Josh, Peter, and Mama Hocum. Welcome to you. There's Extra Magic. Extra Magic. I wonder who that is. We also have Love to Cruise. I like your username. Love to Cruise. John Carlo, LOL, LOL. The Paul O. Doom. The Paul O. Doom. Hey, buddy. Welcome to you. Candace Heath. Let's see who else we got. Penny Heaven says, since you were away last week, the 2023 group cruise count is, gosh, I have no idea. It's huge. Probably like 400 or 500. Like, no lie, like 400 or 500. And it's been open 3 weeks. Gosh. It's insanely big. Yeah. And so we're actually we're in the process of restructuring it a little bit because obviously, like, you can't have a bar crawl or a scavenger hunt with 5. You can't have a scavenger hunt with 200, half of that, 250. So we're looking at ways of getting really creative with how we focus on like activities and events and group things. And so we're going to be in close conversation with Norwegian to, see about getting like the main show lounge for a lot of these things and kind of really scaling it up. So if you are someone that's used to a regular group cruise, this is going to be like the eggs in the cake mix for that. Like it is going to be so much better than that. Like think of that times 1,000. That's our goal. That's what we're shooting for because we quickly outgrew our own plans, Like our own plans was kind of just, oh, I know what I do with my group cruise. You know what you do with your group cruise. Let's just put that together. And we did that, and thy cup has overrun it. So we've got to plan bigger and better. Huh?
That's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. That's what I said. Really, think of every group cruise that you've ever seen. Think of that like the best one, your favorite. If it's not mine, that's fine. If it's, Sharon at Sea, which big welcome to them, by the way. If it's like them, think of that as like the eggs in the cake mix. Like it's only gonna get better from there. Like, yes, you're gonna have that and so much more. So it's really gonna be so fun. I can't wait for it. 2023. No, it's many of you have asked, is that my next group cruise? Right now, yes, but no, we will have more group cruises before then. I'm not waiting 3 years.
We'll be in 2023. Oh,
no. We'll have more than that, definitely. But big welcome to you, Penny. Hey, Chris Goo. We've got Gary Krebs, my good buddy Gary. Welcome to you. Christina Henry. So many awesome friends in here. Welcome to everybody. I'm going to jump down to the live now. All the way down. Here we are. Okay, so I'm down at live chat. If you guys have any questions, you want to say hello, anything like that, you can drop it. We'll be sure to answer it. Penny Heaven says, we are going to own this cruise, and I get to meet you after all. Yes, it's going to be so fun. And then Kevin Perez right above that says, cannot wait for this epic cruise. Christina V says, the eggs in the cake mix? Yes. My analogy is that, the eggs kind of, they're the base of it. They're, what kind of starts the cake mix, what turns it into a cake. But you still got to pop that sucker in the oven. You still got to let it bake. And then, of course, you got to add icing and decoration to it, right? Am I right? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good analogy. I never thought about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the eggs are just the start of the cake. It's not complete without the eggs, but they're just the start. You only go up from there.
Did you see Gary's comment up there? He said, I don't want to share you with that many people.
Well, that's the thing, too, is like we wanted to make it so that, like, with that, large group of people, like everybody still feels really connected to each other. So we've got some great ideas. We are expanding out in creators as well. So we've added a creative team that's going to kind of be in charge of creating onboard events and activities and things like that. So I'm really excited for where this is heading and where this is going to go, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. Like I genuinely believe that at the end of this thing, if you go like jaws on the floor. People are going to be talking about this like, oh my gosh, when's the next one? That's the goal. And I think it really is going to be that. You guys wait till you hear what we've got in store for you.
Gary says, what makes the cake, though, is an empty Walmart gift card.
If you were there, you know. If you were not, you don't. You'll have to tune into the birthday celebration. Absolutely. And Sarah says eggs are what holds that cake together. Exactly. Sarah, you're so on board with it. You so understand it. The eggs hold the thing together. The concept is the eggs, but we're going to build around that and build up and make that cake nice and fluffy and warm. Absolutely.
Bill wants to know, haven't you had enough cake? You keep talking about cake.
That was good. That was good. You guys have had a couple. I think you've had a week to practice on your jokes, guys. I really like what I'm hearing from you tonight. I appreciate the input from the chat section tonight. You guys are holding your part to a T. I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Oh man. And then Scott Wilson said, exactly, Gary. I love you guys. You guys are hilarious. Tina Straycheck. Welcome to you. She says, hello. Just got my letter that my cruise in March is canceled. So tomorrow I will be calling my Carnival rep and rebooking a back-to-back for 2023. If this is not over by then, I give up. Oh, I know, baby. No, I think that by 2023... We will be cruising by 20. I knocked on wood, okay? I knocked on wood. My neighbors now hate me, but we will be cruising by 2023. I have full faith in that. We better be. We better be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
PayPal.
We have a PayPal? Oh, goodness.
Yep.
I'll have to go check it. Vicky says, this giant group cruise is going to be so much fun. Wish me luck keeping this secret from my boyfriend for 2 years. Boyfriend, I hope that you're not watching right now. Wouldn't that be bad? Like, Vicky, he's in the other room tuned in right now, hon. We've just spoiled the surprise. Oh, no. Anyway, let me jump over into the PayPal. It appears that we do have a PayPal dropping in tonight. Our first donation of the night, our first support, monetary support of the night. If you guys don't feel like doing that, the easiest way you can support is, of course, share the stream. Share the stream, hit that like button. If you're watching and you haven't hit the like button, why? Why? It's so easy, and it tells YouTube, hey, we like this guy. We're going to keep pushing this stuff to the other content creators and things like that, okay? So do me a favor and just make sure that you hit that like button for me, all right?
Let's get to 100 likes.
Yes. So we have a private PayPal. He has instructed me that when they come this way that he doesn't want me to read it on screen. So I won't read it on screen, but, well, I guess I can read your comment, can't I, Gary? So just not the amount. So I'll read his comment. Thank you to the PayPal from Gary Krebs. He says, between the sponsorship, your birthday, and dinner, I have pruned a lot of branches off the money tree. It needs to grow some branches back. Well, that's fine, Gary. You send me over a root stem from your money tree, and I'm going to plant it in my backyard, okay? And I think Mama Hocum would like one, and Peter would like one. I think everybody watching it. All right, yes. So, Mama Hocum, go ahead and tell everyone about your, what do you have in your hand, love? What is this?
Well, this is,
and hold it up so we can see it.
You was describing it at Disney as it's money from another planet.
Yes, it is. It is definitely money from another planet.
So this is something you can get at Star Wars Land at Droid Depot, Peter?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Droid Depot.
Okay. So this is it's a Disney gift card. And for nerds like me, back when the kids were little and we went to Disney, I always got them Mickey dollars.
Right.
Mickey money. So this is, I guess, basically Mickey money for the 21st century. This is a gift card that you load. It costs $100, but then you spend it in Disney. So you're spending it on Disney stuff anyways.
Right.
So it comes in this little envelope, but it is actually, you can hear it bouncing. It is a metal card.
Yeah. So it's like a coin. It's like an actual metal coin.
Yeah. And there's like a barcode on the back.
I hope there's no more money on it because everybody's going to take a picture of that and spend it now.
You told me you emptied it.
Yeah, no, we did. We emptied it. We actually emptied it, yeah.
But I mean, I got it just because, I'm a just FYI, Papa Hocum is a coin collector. He likes
this is going to an entire world history event right now.
Yeah,
about this coin, huh?
He likes to collect money.
We're going to take this into the family tree here in just a second, folks. Just stay tuned here. We're taking this silver coin all the way into the family tree.
Whenever we go, to a different island in the Caribbean and stuff, he would always try to get, money, from the Dutch. When we went to Canada last year, we got Canadian money, and things like that. So I was like, it's money from another planet. It's money from Batu.
It's money from a factory in Florida or China. That's where it's from. Okay, anyway.
But it's really, really cool. But you can get this at Droid Depot if you're into it's a unique
for the overpriced price of $105.99.
But then you spend $100 in the park.
Yeah, so it's a gift certificate. Let me give you the short version of this. It's a gift certificate that requires a $100 minimum deposit on it, and then you can spend that anywhere on Disney property, is what they advertise. But if you tune into Peter's channel, you'll know it wasn't that simple. A lot of the restaurants right now are quick service, and they are doing mobile orders. And so with the mobile orders, we could not add that into here because the whole point of it is they want you to use the gift card, right? That's why you bought that versus the plastic one with Mickey's face on it, right? So they want you to use that gift card so it doesn't add into the, at least we couldn't figure out how to add it into the app. And so we would have to purposely go places that were not quick service or did not take mobile ordering so that we could then use this thing to pay. But Yeah, it was cool.
This was the one thing that I asked Josh to bring me back from Disney.
Yes, and I happily obliged.
You have to spend $100, but you're going to spend the $100 there and then give me the coin, and that's what I want.
Right.
And it was actually pretty heavy. Like it's kind of the weight of kind of like a $50, you know, like.
Right. Yeah, no, so I mean, she's not done. Very cool, Mama Hocum. Guys, can you tell that Mama Hocum liked her gift? Can you tell that she liked her gift? That's all that's important, right? You know, I honestly think it's a worthless overpriced souvenir. But you know, as if Mama Hocum likes it, if she gets this much enjoyment out of it, then hey, it was worth it. It was worth the hassle of them having to beep. Oh, sorry, that didn't beep.
I just have to
that didn't scan. Beep.
And you know, experience it myself now in person.
That's right. Absolutely. I wonder if you could reload it. Well, you don't want to now because you showed it on the stream. But anyway, very, very cool. Very cool. Gary says you could have gone back to the boathouse and used it, I bet. Yeah, like that was somewhere that we could have used it. Problem is, we ate at the boathouse the night before we got this. So we could have went back, which, oh my gosh, the boathouse. So I guess let's start.
Am I muted?
No, I don't think you're muted.
They're saying they couldn't hear me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you when we switched to Peter. That you guys were muted when we switched to Peter. Sorry about that. She basically was just rambling on about it, guys. The only thing that you missed was her showing about the card. It was like the lettering and things like that. We're back now. Yeah, she's showing it again. Sorry, there's so many scene selections and everything, you know. So the trip. Flight was magnificent. Absolutely, thoroughly impressed. The way I described it, like I would honestly, I would not have been surprised if they shampooed the carpets in between flights. Like that's how clean it was. Southwest Airlines. I've flown them before. You know, the bags fly free. That's a cool thing. But honestly, they're, you know, up until that point, they were most like other airlines. You know, like you don't really want to touch anything. The tray table might be clean. It might be dirty. You know, you don't really know. I am happy to say, literally, the planes were immaculate. Even so much so, as we were leaving, so I sat near the back, you know, because I didn't want to have a whole bunch of people like breathing on me and things like that. So I sat in the back. As we were leaving, they were popping down all of the tray tables and wiping them down and sanitizing the tray. I know. I was like, wow, it only took a global pandemic for you guys to finally step up your cleaning game, huh? How about that? It was really nice. I mean, even the windows, like, didn't have any smudge marks or forehead marks. You know, somebody with, like, an oily forehead sticks their forehead all over the window. Like, there was none of that. None of that. I was like, wow, good job, Southwest. Good job. This is great. Also, so through the end of this month, I believe, all middle seats are still empty, so you didn't have somebody sitting right beside you, which was also really, really nice. You know, just to kind of spread people out a little bit. You know, I know that if you're getting on a plane, like, you know, you're probably not that concerned about it, but it was still nice to, I mean, I think the plane seats are close together anyway, you know? I mean, I feel like they pack you in there. What do you think, Mama Hocum? I mean, I just feel like the planes are already packed. Like, it was nice just to have that, coronavirus or no coronavirus, it was nice to have that middle seat open, you know?
Yeah,
but,
it is nice. It is.
But yeah, no, it was with the middle seat open, it was a full flight. I see Candace Heath asked full flight. Yes, it was a full flight, but with the middle seats open. So I guess technically it was 2/3 full, right? 2/3
Were you in a
full.
window seat each time?
Yeah, I got a window seat each time. Yeah. But really, really, really nice. But yes, the plane was technically full as they would pack it. Scott says Delta CEO was on this Good Morning America this morning talking about their strict conditions. Yeah, I hear Delta's pretty strict as well. American, honestly, has been...
Jerry says American has been very clean.
Really? I've heard that.
Even
I've heard
though
that
they're full capacity, there's no empty seats, but they're very clean.
Well, and that was the other thing. So they boarded us 10 people at a time. So it wasn't like Group A, Group B, and Group C. It was 10 people line up at a time, which for the most part people followed, you know. I mean, we're all scattered around these small terminals anyway. So, I mean, it's all relative the way you look at it. It's not like you're going to be able to walk straight up past and not pass any other person, not come within 6 feet of any other person, because let's be honest, when you're in the plane, you're going to be definitely closer than 6 feet to another person. So I think the airlines realize that, and they're like, okay, listen, there's only so far that we can push this thing. But still, I appreciated the steps that Southwest was taking just to make everybody a little more, you know, whether you agree with that or not, it's not really inconveniencing anybody. Like, if anything, I felt it kind of sped things up. Like, only having 10 people, because, I don't know, maybe it's just like it feels longer when you're standing up there waiting. But, like, when they would line up, like, 50 people at a time for boarding, I felt like that took a lot longer than them saying, okay, 1 through 10, 11 through 21, 22 through 33, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was a lot quicker that way. Like, the 10 people walked up, beep, 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 next 10 people, you know? It was really nice. And it also spaced folks out enough so that, like, getting on the airplane, like, you know, normally you have that really long wait down the jet bridge. You didn't really have that. Like, you walked right down the jet bridge, you walked right onto the plane, and then you had to wait a little bit as you made your way to your seat. But, I mean, you know, I don't know. I just like the system a whole lot better. You know, like I said, agree with it or disagree with the, you know, protocols and procedures. Put that aside. I think it was just nice that they kind of spread people out a little bit more. Like I said, planes are already really close as it is, you know, COVID or no COVID. Adventures with Corey says, being on an airplane with the way the airflow is equivalent to you being 7 feet apart from the person sitting next to you. So there you go. There's... And that was the other thing that they did mention, is like the air is constantly recycled out of the plane. Like, it's, you know, it's turned over each flight multiple times and things like that. So that's
like
always really nice.
Every 2 minutes, it's recycled.
Yeah, so that's always really nice. Alicia says, yep, when we flew Southwest, we boarded 10 people at a time, and they took every safety precaution. Yeah, and that's always nice to hear, you know. I think it's important that big names like that set a good example, not a bad example, you know, because like it or not, we've been in this thing now. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I think it was yesterday was COVID's birthday, actually. Believe it or not. I saw
that.
Yesterday.
The first COVID case was reported yesterday.
A year ago yesterday. So, like it or not, we're still in this thing, so I think it's probably time that, you know, we all just accept that maybe we need to be a little bit more responsible and get this thing going. Because I don't think anybody can sit there and say, oh, you know, I like what we're doing right now. I like wearing the mask for everything. I don't think anybody can say that, you know. I like businesses just being closed. I don't think anybody can say that, you know. So
the only thing I will say is I do like working at home.
Yeah, I know. I think Peter can agree with that too. You like working at home, don't you, buddy?
I do, but what I really love is plexiglass over every single Disney ride. Now that is what I love.
That really just gets you going. That gets the juices flowing, huh?
Oh boy.
That sure definitely puts you right into the story when you have plexiglass right there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when they made these rides, Peter, they did not anticipate there being a global pandemic where they was going to have to put up plexiglass.
No, but so that's the other thing. Like Peter and I were discussing, you know, at the parks, and one that specifically stands out to me is Slinky Dog Dash. The partitions or structures that they have put in place, like to separate, you know, to put those barriers in between the queue lines and stuff, it feels permanent. Like they have actually drilled bolts in through the you know, poles, through the dividers. The existing queue lines now are, you know, at the top of them they have these plexiglass sheets. And those have been like bolted through the queue lines. Like they've drilled holes through the queue lines. So it feels like they're gonna keep it. And honestly, it's not bad. Like I know that, you know, describing that, it probably sounds like a plexiglass prison. It's not like that. Yeah, or jungle. It's not like that. Like it's honestly, in the queue lines, it's very unintrusive, I felt. Now on the rides, because, you know, the rides have a whole bunch of backlighting and special effects and things, glares on the plexiglass. And that, depending on the ride, I think it depends on how big of an effect it is. Am I saying that right, Peter?
Yeah, I think.
Like certain rides, I don't foresee it being an issue, but certain rides, it's a huge issue. Like if it's a ride with a lot of like LCD screens or lighting, backlighting, things that are going to reflect, it's going to be an issue.
There's just glares, and it's because you're not made to look at the ride through this piece of glass.
Right. That's not the way that Disney or Universal or whoever intended for you to experience that ride.
When they created these rides, they did not foresee that there was going to be a global pandemic requiring them to put up a barrier to protect people. So they were trying to make the ride so that you're immersed in it, and the glass kind of prevents that now a little bit.
Right now on screen, guys, we got a $5 super chat, or PayPal, sorry, coming in from Matthew Conklin. He says, guess I will get this party started on here, LOL. Thank you so much, Matthew, for the support tonight, buddy. I certainly do appreciate it. Matthew has got a surprise for you, Mama Hocum. He's got a surprise for you and for me and for Lauren. So we're going to have to check that out really, really, really soon.
Tonight?
No, not tonight.
Oh.
I think maybe next week. We'll see though.
Okay.
Stacy said my job does not allow me to work from home. I know, Stacy.
There's some people that can't work from home. You can't work from home, Josh.
Right. Rachel says working at home with my kids is great. I bet that is. I bet it's nice to be able to spend more time with them and things like that. Kevin Perez says, yes, those Disney masks y'all worn were neat. How were they in terms of comfortability? Actually, amazing. Like I was genuinely concerned. Because I knew that like Disney, like it is you're outside of your room and like that mask has got to be on, unless you're way far away from people. But like in the parks, it doesn't matter. You can be 25 feet away from somebody, it still has to be on, right? The resort, it was a little bit more relaxed. Like if there was nobody around, we couldn't see anybody. We were like, okay, I don't think the insects are gonna mind if we demask here for 2 seconds. But for everywhere inside the parks, like you had to, and I was genuinely kind of concerned about that, right? Because especially being Florida, we've worn the mask now, but here in North Carolina, like the mask mandate didn't happen until kind of the fall. And I mean, it's still hot outside, but also like I haven't had to be outside a lot with it. Like my ventures outside in a mask is like, walking into the grocery store or something. It's very brief outside. And so I was genuinely concerned, like with the Florida heat and everything, how it was going to be. I really did like those Disney masks. I thought they were fantastic. It was the breathability of it was good. The comfort was good. The only issue I had was it was itchy because of my no shave November-ness. It was a little bit itchy at times. But that's about it. The masks were really, really nice. So yeah, the flight was good. Landed at MCO and got picked up by Mr. Peter himself. We headed over to the beautiful, oh my gosh, I got a picture for you. Let me show you this lobby. The beautiful Caribbean beach. Look at that place. Wow. Wow.
Island?
100,000%. 100,000%. Beautiful resort. Now, a couple things that Peter and I did notice, and Peter, I'd love for you to touch on this, and let's have your thoughts on this as well. Caribbean Beach was a beautiful resort. It is one of Disney's older resorts. And that was present, you could tell, not so much in, how do I want to say this, Peter? Not the aesthetic-wise. Like, I think aesthetically it was very updated. More so like the size of the rooms. And I don't
the functionality of the room was kind of outdated. Yes, I would agree with that. The functionality was outdated. And the room was quite small, right? Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe that's just Disney rooms in general, because you said Pop Century is even smaller than ours. Yeah, Pop was smaller. Yeah. So we had two full beds in there. Pop Century has
were amazing,
one bed,
by the way. So comfy.
And a Murphy bed.
Right. So like one that comes out of the wall.
Goes up into the wall, and then when the bed's in the wall, there's a table, and then the bed comes down and it basically sits on the table.
Oh,
it's kind of it's kind of a weird setup.
Yeah, yeah. So that's Pop Century's setup. So, you know, even smaller over there in Pop Century. But yeah, that was my complaint with the resort, is the room felt a little bit small. However, I loved the access to the Skyliner. So the main Skyliner hub is right there at Caribbean Beach. And so if you want to go to Pop or Art of Animation, you go to that station. If you want to go to Hollywood Studios, you go to that station. If you want to go to Riviera or to Epcot or to the Boardwalk, you go to that station. Am I missing any there, Peter?
You said Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Boardwalk. Yeah, that's about
everything, right? And Riviera.
Right. And the other thing too, like, you know, I see a comment here asking about the cleanliness. It was clean as
immaculate.
All could be. I mean, you know, the TV remote was in a bag that has been sanitized. They tell you, there's a little pamphlet that tells you each area of the room that's been heavily sanitized. They had like sanitized things over the soap. I mean,
yes, even the soap handles, like even those, they had sanitized those and then placed a protective barrier over that said this has been cleaned and sanitized. So no, they didn't just place it over there. Like you could see it had visibly been like wiped down. There was no excess soap scum or anything like that. It was very, very clean, which honestly you would expect from Disney. I mean, you would expect that before coronavirus. I think they just took it a little bit further, you know, with putting the remote in the bag and everything like that. But I agree. I think the cleanliness was unmatched. I have not seen somewhere else that clean. Mom Hocum, you look like you have a question.
I have a question, yeah. So, and I know this only because I found mine the other day when I was cleaning and remodeling our bathroom. Mm-hmm. So when we was there the last time before, and I know you've seen this, and I wanted to know if they still had it. Did they give you all individual things of shampoo and soap?
They did for lotion and hand soap. But the like shower gel, the shampoo, and the body and the conditioner were in wall pumps. They were mounted on the wall, and that's what had been sanitized, is those wall pumps.
Because I actually, and Peter would probably love this, I actually have Mickey soap that is wrapped, and I have the bottles of shampoo, and the caps on the bottles are Mickey ears.
Aww. That's cute. That's very cute. But yeah, so I think, I mean, Peter, do you have any other comments about our resort? I mean, you know, they're going to see everything in the vlogs, which, by the way, we do have, Peter and I have full Disney vacation vlogs coming out for you guys. Not this coming Monday, but the Monday after that. So it'll be Monday after Thanksgiving. We'll start those. You definitely want to tune into those. I think we had a ton of fun for you guys. You don't want to miss it. Do you have anything to add about our resort, Peter?
One thing I like to add about just the resort was the transportation from this particular resort is just, with the buses, it's not perfected.
Right.
You know, so most Disney resorts, there's one central bus stop. Like Pop Century, there's normally one bus stop.
Right.
And with this resort, there's basically bus stops at every little island. So there's, you know, 6 or 7 islands. And what was happening to us is when the buses were getting up to our island, they were already filled up. So like the bus would get there.
They were filled up due to social distancing. Yeah.
Right. Due to social distancing, because they were picking up other people from different islands. And, you know, they would say, well, we have room for 2 people, but we had like a line of 20 people waiting.
Yeah. So if you look at like a map of the resort, like Caribbean Beach is one of Disney's larger resorts. I mean, it's huge. And by the way, if you guys do want, like if you're like me and you want to go to the Caribbean, but it's kind of hard to do that right now, this was the perfect resort. The perfect Disney resort to stay at. Like, honestly, I told Peter my favorite buildings, I think, was either the Jamaica buildings or the Aruba buildings. The Jamaica ones had these, like, blue and yellows, and, it honestly gave me Bahama vibes, but it was so nice. Yeah, it was very pleasing to look at. The color selections worked. But it's one of their larger resorts if you look at it on the map. And so because of that, there is so many bus stops in that resort. And with the buses right now, there is social distancing galore even on those. So like you know, normally a bus would pull up, and I mean they would pack that sucker until you were just about standing out, you know, hanging out of the doorway. I mean,
standing and holding. I remember.
Yeah. People would be standing and holding. All seats would be filled. I mean, it would be shoulder to shoulder. Like those buses would be just packed to the.
Yeah.
That's not the way it is now. They literally have numbers on the seats in the bus. So like. And like, you know, they'll have like a row of 3 seats, and they'll all be labeled the same number. And so then essentially what happens is when the bus pulls up, they say, how many's in your party? You say 2. He'll say, okay, go to number 5. And so then when you get in the bus, you look for the seats that are labeled number 5. And there'll be, you know, 2 seats that are labeled number 5. And so they have, you know, different spaces to put different, you know, sizes of parties or families or things like that. So it's a good system in terms of keeping people distant and safe and things like that, but they definitely need to allocate more buses to Caribbean Beach, and not internal buses either. That was the other thing we kept seeing, is they had plenty of internal resort buses. Like I said, the resort is so darn big that, you know, they had to have buses just to take you to other places in Caribbean Beach.
I asked you about that. I asked you if they had internal buses before you went, and you're like, I don't remember.
They have, which we honestly never rode the internal bus. We just found we found it better to walk.
You should have took the internal bus to the first island that the resort buses go to and get on there.
We could have done that. The other thing I told Peter is we honestly could have just took the Skyliner over to Pop Century or over to Art of Animation and just caught the bus there, you know, because that only has 1 bus stop. Right now on screen, though, we have Susan Scarborough. Susan Scarborough dropping in with a $10 super chat. And I'm looking and I don't see a comment under your super chat, Susan. So if you have a comment, drop that down below. We'll be sure and grab that. Thank you so much for your support tonight, Susan. I certainly do appreciate it. But yeah,
saying that Gary was talking about the stream, but he was just saying the sights on the bus, it was perfect, and you got the evil. So that night we actually took the bus from the beach club. That's why bus. Because the good thing about Disney transportation though is you can take the bus from any resort. Like you don't have to be staying at a different resort to take their bus. So we took the Skyliner over to the boardwalk, and we walked around there, and then we were able to take the bus right from the beach club over to Springs. So that bus was a
resort too.
That is the boardwalk. That was one of my favorite parts of the trip, actually, because the boardwalk was so pretty.
Well, and it was the first night too. Like it was the first hours of the trip. It was bringing back such good memories. Yeah. So then we went and had dinner at Disney Springs. We had the boathouse, which, like I said, if you guys want to really just drool, go check out my Instagram story. Go to my page, Josh Hocum YT, and then click on, it's like Disney Vacay. It's one of the highlights. Check that out, because holy cow, were there some good food in that at that boathouse that night. I was floored with the quality of the food.
He should have brought the rolls to the back.
Yeah, for sure. Nurse Josh. I like your name, Nurse Josh. Nurse Josh dropping in with a $5 super chat. He says, today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Nurse Josh. He says, today's my birthday, and I wanted to spread some love to one of my favorite cruise vloggers. Love your channel, Josh. Thank you so much, Nurse Josh. Happy birthday to you.
Who he shares a birthday with?
Who does he share a birthday with?
Mickey and Minnie.
Oh, yeah.
Today's
no way!
I forgot about that.
Today is Peter. How did you forget about that? What? Oh,
they're 90. What are they? 91 or 92?
Yeah.
Oh, Grandma Mickey and Grandpa Minnie. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Wow. Well, happy birthday to Mickey and Minnie. But yeah, I loved our resort. It was super clean. Now, the parks, which this is not going to be a full, review or anything like that. Like I said, you'll have to watch the vlogs to really get a feel for how the vacation went. I would thoroughly suggest that you do, guys. It's going to be great. It'll transport your brain out of this whole craziness. It'll take you to somewhere fun and somewhere magical, and I think that's definitely, we all could use that right now. We all could use that. But the parks, social distancing for the most part was really, really good. I felt really, really safe with how they did things. The exception to that being Magic Kingdom. I told Peter that I was not going to hold back on this. Magic Kingdom, I was not happy with the park levels there. I don't know what was going on. Animal Kingdom felt fine. Absolutely fantastic. Everything was nice and spread out. Hollywood, the same thing for the most part. I mean, we saw some long queues, but the thing you also have to remember is even the queue lines are 6 feet by each person. So a long looking queue really may not be that long. It's just that they've got people spread out. But so last week Disney had their earnings call. They said they upped the park capacity to 35%. If that's 35%, I told Peter this, I would be shocked at what 100% is. I honestly, I feel like Magic Kingdom, the dude letting people in fell asleep, or the dude making park passes added an extra zero somewhere or something like that. Because I mean, even Peter said you felt like it was kind of uncomfortably busy. Yeah.
It was getting pretty crowded, especially certain places where you kind of bottleneck. There's certain areas of that park where you're known to kind of bottleneck, right back there near the Haunted Mansion and behind the castle, the carousel. There's always bottlenecks, and they were bad. I mean, and this is not an excuse for it at all, but that is the flagship park, and it was a weekend day right before the holidays. That's going to be the most crowded. I mean, it's not an excuse for them, but that's what a lot of people consider Disney. When they say they're going to Disney, they're talking about Magic Kingdom.
Right.
So, and we did go on a Saturday, which we originally had that planned for
Thursday. Yeah.
But yeah, it was on the weekends the parks tend to be
really, really busy. Yeah, really busy. And that's how Magic Kingdom was. Now, like I said, it I think it got better throughout the day. The other thing was that lunch rush. That lunch rush is always crazy. It was just especially kind of crazy at Magic Kingdom. So I would just say, I saw several of you have said, hey, I'm thinking about going in the next couple months. Excited to hear what the word is tonight. I would just say be prepared for that. Don't go like I did, and that's the other thing that I think really heavily influenced me is, like I said, Hollywood was great, Animal Kingdom was great. It was such a shock when we got to Magic Kingdom because the previous two parks had been no problem. I mean, it was busy. I wasn't looking and I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to be able to stay open? It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't to the point where I was like, oh man, I'm kind of concerned that we're around this many people.
And I wonder this, do they, and I don't know if Peter knows this or not, do they, I know you have to have a reservation before you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do they cap those?
They're supposed to. They're supposed to. That's what I said. I feel like the dude making that, that system added an extra zero or something by mistake because
so the park passes do get capped. There's a few different ways that they can get capped. So there's a different allocation for Disney resort guests than there is day park people than there is for pass holders. So there's a few different buckets.
Right.
I wonder, because I know there's been days before the pandemic. I remember there were days, when Disney would cap out even, before you had to have reservations, and they're like, sorry, we can't let anybody in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I've only seen Magic Kingdom hit capacity on New Year's Eve. That's usually when it does. It does.
I'm saying that in Easter. I'm pretty sure Easter it caps a lot. Because I used to do a lot because when I would take the kids to Disney, I would always research. That was something I always heavily did was to check to see what is the crowds and things like that, and when's the best times to go. And everywhere I always went, they always
Well,
told
I think
me,
it's I think that's because it's around spring break too. You know,
right?
Yeah,
right.
I think that
But,
definitely has
Easter week,
something to do with it.
Especially Easter week, an Easter weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You do not go to Disney because it is insane.
And also Matt Byrne or Matt Bunn in the chat here mentioned there's less things to spread out the crowd. So there's no meet and greets. There's no, the restaurants are closed. Yeah. So there's people doing less things. There's more people in the walkways now than there was before.
Right.
Yeah, because even the restaurant that I always go to, Columbia Harbor House.
Harbor House. And I love Harbor House. That's and it's still close. Like there was so many times like Josh would point to something, especially at Hollywood Studios. He would point to something, and I'd be like,
cool. Let's go do that, and he would go, "Oh, that's actually closed. Sorry."
Well, okay, Peter. Let me just ask this because I know it's not there anymore. But did Josh want to go to It's a Bug's Life? Or no. The Bug's Life play area that they used to have.
Oh, we did talk about that.
We did talk about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
I love going to that.
I told him that. I said when I was a kid, I loved going to that thing. Yeah.
We would go in there and just sit out, which was wonderful for me and Jim. We could rest.
I think
would just go in there and just run rampant.
Right. Thank you so much to Tusker Nation for the $5 super chat. He says, "Hey Josh, me and my family love all of your videos." Aww. Well, thank you, Tusker. I haven't seen your comment in the chat before, but big thanks and big welcome. Thanks so much for dropping a comment in tonight and for your support. Really, really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, if you haven't already. You're watching it, you should hit that thumbs up button. Peter, you were going to say something?
Oh, go ahead, Peter.
Oh, so that whole area, like with the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and the Backlot tour and all that stuff that used to be at Hollywood Studios, that's basically where Toy Story Land is now. Yeah. And then Galaxy's Edge is sort of like another part of that. And it's always sad when they change stuff out, but they have to kind of grow and
I think they did a great job with it though. Seeing it in person, like the theming is really, really well done. Especially in those two lands, the Galaxy's Edge and the Toy Story. So well done. So well done. I was really happy with what they did there.
Josh, you didn't get a lightsaber.
No, we did not get a lightsaber, Mom.
It's only $400.
Gary asked, did Peter go on Peter Pan's flight?
We did.
We did. Finally, I've always wanted to go on that ride, and I've never gotten to go on that ride.
Wrong, you did.
No.
The first time. Yes, you rode it with Jim, because I took Erica, and Jim went with you.
Well, I don't remember it. I do not remember it at all. So I was so excited that we could go on that ride. It was a lot of fun, actually. I took
Erica because I remember, I was like, oh, look, it's TikTok.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was good. It was really, really good. Peter, do you have other comments about the parks? I mean, of course, they'll, they definitely want to tune in to Hollywood Studios Day. Yeah, it gets quite interesting. Actually, every day really had something in. Hollywood Studios was very interesting, though. Yeah.
Yeah, very, Hollywood Studios was definitely a day that I've never experienced before living down here.
And it wasn't just one thing either. Like it was, oh gosh.
Things were happening that day that are unheard of.
Somebody wants to know, Peter, did you all get your ride, your favorite ride, It's a Small World?
We did not.
What?
Yeah, I know.
No, we didn't ride it. Yeah. The wait was ridiculous. The wait is ridiculous. You are trying to look. I am 23, honey. I'm 23. I am 23. It just clicked to me that I'm 23. I'm not 22 anymore. I'm 20.
And you've been that for 2 weeks now.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about the birthday button?
Yes. Go ahead and tell about the birthday button, Peter.
The hotel front desk person gave Josh a little birthday button that said "Happy Birthday, Joshua," and at first he didn't want to wear it because he, like he knew about basically everybody having they're required to say happy birthday to you if they see the button.
Right.
So, but then he decided to put it on like some days, and literally like we would walk 2 feet. Happy birthday, Josh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Josh. Happy birthday. Like literally from custodians to leaders to
everybody. And I was like, I'm going to take this button and throw it in the lake. Like, I'm going to throw it in the lake.
It was so insane. Like, it didn't matter what position they were, what they did at Disney. Everybody
has to. Yeah.
And I felt obligated to wear it because she took the time. Like, she literally 3 times on that button. Like, literally 3 times she wrote my name and then traced over it and then traced over it again. And so I was like, I felt obligated to wear it for this sweet lady that checked us in.
And she put like little Disney ears over the O.
Yeah,
she put Mickey ears.
Oh my God.
I would get it, but I don't know where it's at. I think it's in
Did
there.
you ride Buzz Lightyear?
No, we didn't ride Buzz Lightyear. That's
we
the
didn't make
one.
it.
Are
That's
you
literally.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Magic was pretty busy.
Okay, Ann Hocum. All right. Settle down.
Well, okay.
Settle down.
We had to decide between riding Buzz Lightyear or taking a last-minute night ride on Seven Dwarfs. And
Yeah. And we definitely chose Seven Dwarfs. Yeah,
Seven
we chose
Dwarfs is
Seven.
awesome, especially at night.
Yeah, it was super fun. Welcome to Edna's World. Hey, Edna, how are you? She says, does Hollywood Studios have roller coasters, or is it Universal Studios? We're going to Florida next week and want to go to a park. If you want roller coasters, I'd probably recommend Universal, yeah?
Universal, yeah, I would do.
They have more coasters, but I mean now,
yeah, they have more.
Hollywood does have coasters. They have
Yeah,
Hollywood's nice.
Well,
What would you say, Peter? You're the Orlando expert. What would you say?
If you're really looking for coasters, more thrilly rides, Universal's better. But I mean, out of them both, if you're really looking for coasters, I would say Busch Gardens over in Tampa, which is not. I mean,
yeah, but if they're in Orlando, they got 2 to choose from. I'd say
Orlando.
Universal.
Well, you could even do SeaWorld. I mean, SeaWorld honestly has more coasters than Universal does, and Disney. I mean, SeaWorld's there. It's
even with Hagrid's now.
Well, I guess you know what, if you want to ride, like if you're looking for big coasters, SeaWorld kind of has like
the big ones.
Yeah.
But as far as like themed coasters, Universal's better. So I would say it's
Hulk coaster is amazing.
Yeah.
Hagrid's is the best coaster in Orlando, in my opinion. Hagrid's is awesome.
That's why I said we have to take Josh back and go to Universal just because.
Maybe. Nicole Olson says, did you ride Mine Train? I was disappointed. I think she's talking about Seven Dwarfs, and I actually really liked it, Nicole. I liked it for a couple reasons. I liked the smooth. It was a insanely smooth ride. And I don't know if that's because of the way that so you sit in like a mine car, and then the mine car is like free floating. So like you're able to rock side to side and move and twist. It was an amazingly smooth ride. It wasn't super, like there wasn't like a huge drop in it like you'll experience, on well, I mean, even Space Mountain doesn't really have it has a couple big drops, but you know what I mean? Like there wasn't anything like that. But I mean, I think the speed was there, and then like I said, it was just a neat, cool ride. I enjoyed it. I thought for a Disney ride, it was definitely, I mean, like it's a small world, okay? Like you sit in a boat for 15 minutes and listen to the same song on repeat. So I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
It had good theme.
Yeah, and I thought the theming was very, very good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I thought the theming was great, and especially like if you can ride these rides at night, especially like the outdoor roller coasters, I feel like they're so much better at night.
Yeah, for sure.
What my favorite ride is at Disney.
All right, we could talk about rides all day, Mama Hocum, but we're gonna.
I know my last one, Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain is really good.
At night.
Yes.
At
Splash Mountain is really good.
We did do that at night, actually.
Yeah, we did. And every time you think it's over, there's like another drop. So it's a really, really good ride. I enjoyed that one.
I don't remember this drop.
I did keep saying it. I was like,
surprised you didn't go to Epcot.
No, we didn't go to Epcot. Epcot is too much under construction right now. Really, the only reason you go to Epcot right now is for Food and Wine Festival. And like, you know, we could eat all day, but better not. Anyway, Mama Hocum, we are moving on from rides. We are moving on. Did you do
Pirates? Answer that.
Yes, we did Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, we did Pirates of the Caribbean. We are moving on from rides. If you want to know everything that we did, like I said, you have to tune into the vlogs. They're super fun, super informative, and we had a lot of fun doing them. I think you'll have a lot of fun watching them and joining in the fun with us. Yeah, but that was the Paul. The vacation was great. I did feel safe. I did feel, you know, confident in the park safety policies and plans, and even in the transportation, the Skyliner, and all that stuff. Everything was done really, really well. The food was great. Food was amazing. Oh my gosh, we had so much good food at what was it? Animal Kingdom. So we actually met up with Griff and Alyssa and Sean and Steph. That's right, guys. Sean and Steph were able to come out and hang out with us for the afternoon. It was so much fun there. We got to go to Pandora and check out all of that. We ate lunch at the Satu Canteen. Am I saying it right?
Almost. Satuli
Canteen. Satuli Canteen. We actually all had salads, like chicken salads, yummy salads. They were so good, so fresh. We really enjoyed our lunch there. Just like I said, all the food. We had the Num Num cookie at Hollywood Studios. Oh my goodness.
I think that was my favorite dessert.
Really? Yeah. No, I think so too. That one was really, really good. So much fun. We went to Disney Springs.
I liked Yuletide log because we had like the seasonal dessert, the Yuletide log, and it was not good. Well, so we also basically let it sit out because we were eating outside.
Yeah.
So it's not as good after it's been like sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Pia, yes, they will be in the vlogs. Yes, Griffin, Alyssa, and Sean and Steph will be in the vlogs. She says they eat healthy, smiley face. Listen, we try to eat healthy too. We try where possible to eat healthy. It just doesn't always work out that we eat healthy.
Let's just say the roll. The roll.
Yes,
okay?
Yes. Okay, we're moving on from the rolls. I'm getting foaming at the mouth right now. That was our Disney vacay, guys. Like I said, I can't wait to show it to you in the coming weeks. The only other thing to talk about is, of course, the cruise cancellations today. If you missed it, Carnival has canceled sailings basically up through March of 2021 for certain ships. Their press release, which you can find on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that fun jazz, says, as we continue to build and implement our plan to meet the requirements of the Framework for Resuming Cruise Ship Operations order issued on October 30th by the U.S. Center for Disease Control, we have notified guests that we have canceled additional cruises for the first part of 2021, including all embarkations from U.S. home ports from January 1st to January 31st. So that's all cruises in January canceled. Additionally, Baltimore, Charleston, Jacksonville, Long Beach, Mobile, New Orleans, San Diego embarkations through February 28th. February 28th, so that's most cruises through February 28th. And then they say embarkations on Carnival Legend out of Tampa through March 26th. So Carnival Legend out of Tampa through March 26th. They say below that, with today's announcement, we confirm that our return to operations will focus initially on Miami and Port Canaveral, to be followed by Galveston. We appreciate the support of our guests, travel advisor, partners, and local officials in home ports and destinations. So I do like that they are letting us know, hey, listen, if your client wants to book a cruise, focus on these home ports. You know what I mean? Like, don't let them book a cruise out of Jacksonville, because there's a good chance it's going to get canceled. Focus on Miami, Port Canaveral, and then eventually Galveston. I like that they're at least letting us in on that, but unfortunately that does come with the cancellations of pretty much every other cruise. So that's the news. Of course, we're expecting something from Royal Caribbean and Norwegian to follow that. I know many of you have said that your early spring 2021 that's funny, Peter, that your early spring 2021
it's not working the way I want it to work, but it's
sad.
Yeah, it's sad. I know that many of you have said that your 2021 cruise has already disappeared off your cruise planner, off your online account, wherever you may be checking in whether it's Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity. It's already disappeared. Speaking of Celebrity, though, did you guys see the new Celebrity model, the all-inclusive model that they're rolling out? Did you see that, Peter? So where basically like everything is going to be included with the price. They're kind of going after Virgin, I think, a little bit. I like that. I like that a lot. Like no hidden surprises, no hidden fees. Here's everything included on your cruise. I really, really like that.
I do like that. I did, yeah. I mean, it's good that, we can start to do like an all-inclusive type thing versus nickel and dime you, just...
Right. Yeah. Right. So I really did like that. And then also, so Key West cruises are gone. Those are gone. So they voted on that down there in Key West. Huh?
Yeah, permanently.
It looks like for the foreseeable future, Key West cruises will be gone. They voted on that and the motion passed that any passenger vessel over, gosh, what is it? I think it's over...
1,600.
Well, no, they can't have more than 1,500 total. So, like, out of the two ships, I believe it's 1,500 total. Yeah, so if you had two ships, those two ships cannot equal 1,500 passengers total. I believe that's the number. Maybe I'm getting it backwards.
Scott Wilson said for the Celebrity all-inclusive 7-day, it's $5,000.
Wow. I would love a breakdown of what that includes, please. Is that on? But I wonder if that's on like the Apex though, like the Apex or the Edge or something like that. Which those look like really cool ships. I'd love to get on board.
What would casino offer be on that?
Yeah, really, for real.
Scott could get you that one.
That's right, Scott. Time to put those casino loyalty to use.
Players Club offer the other day that I was telling Josh about.
He did. Yep, Peter did get
Josh
that.
Josh got a birthday offer yesterday in the mail.
Yeah, it was like 40% or something, 40% off. It's a pretty good deal.
On their credit and
Oh, he said that's a joke.
Oh, look, honestly, Scott, that tells you where we put Celebrity in the realm of cruises, because I honestly believed you.
I mean, that's almost equivalent to Disney.
I mean, I would think that if they did all, because Virgin's that price, right, for like all-inclusive Virgin cruise.
It depends. Yeah. Adventures with Corey says 1,500 is correct. Yeah, so I was correct on that. So 1,500 total for the day.
I agree with Melissa. I'm most confident in Royal Caribbean, so professional through and through. That's true. I mean,
I agree. Everybody paints me as the Carnival kid, and that's fine. I do like Carnival. I like the atmosphere that they portray, the family inclusiveness that they portray. I do have to agree. My money is 100% on Royal Caribbean right now. I think Royal Caribbean is doing it right, and they're doing it right, and they keep doing it right. I'm not saying that Carnival isn't. I'm not saying that Norwegian isn't. I'm just saying out of the big three, it's looking like Royal Caribbean is going to be the ones to really lead the way forward. And the others are going to kind of fall in behind that. And I mean, even the secondary, like I don't foresee Celebrity leading the way, even though they're technically under the Carnival umbrella. You look at their clientele, Celebrity certainly does not need to be the first ones back,
I thought Celebrity was Royal.
It is. They are Royal. But they're a second. Oh, sorry, yeah, under the Royal umbrella. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. Under the Royal umbrella. But they're not Royal Caribbean. They're under Royal Caribbean,
Did you know, this is something that I saw, now that Carnival sold their ships, Royal Caribbean is the largest cruise line right now. Not counting not counting Carnival Corp, but
just Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Yeah.
They have the most ships.
They have the most ships.
The other thing, Josh, the Bahamas celebration.
Right. Yeah, the Bahamas celebration, that's true. Yeah,
it's being sold.
Yeah. Most likely, it's on its way to India right now, to the coast of India.
It's not going to Aliaga with all the other ships.
No, it's going to a scrapyard in India, unfortunately. Gary Krebs dropping in with a $5 super chat. He says, "You'll show them that you're not just a Carnival boy, won't you? LOL." Yes, Gary.
There's two full Royal Caribbean
series.
Yeah,
you know what? I actually have to say, one of my favorite series that one of my most favorite series that I've ever done is the Independence of the Seas. I really enjoyed that ship. Like, I really enjoyed that ship. I loved that ship.
I loved your Royal
I loved the
Nightmare.
whole itinerary. I loved yeah, no, that was good too. But I loved the whole thing about that cruise. Like, honestly, I would do that again. I would do the Independence again, that itinerary again. I loved it.
It was a great class of ship. Like, I felt like I loved the Oasis class, but the Independence was more into type of cruise. You know, it was smaller. Like, it's hard.
I just remember, Peter, though, all the looks that Josh got the day he wore his Carnival shirt on a royal ship, and especially the Penguin. Come on.
That was pretty funny.
The staff was so nice to help out with some of that film.
Yeah, like the guy at Johnny Rocket. I mean,
they were so sweet, the staff.
So now we got a bunch of comments coming in, obviously, about the group cruises on Royal. Vicky says, yes, I would love to sail on the Independence. Kevin Perez says, so, group cruise on Royal, question mark? Frank says, Josh, you know that is my favorite. Adventures with Corey says, the Independence is a perfect cruise. You went like a month after me. The Freedom class is incredible. So well thought out. I have to agree. I have to agree. I think the Freedom class is a great class of ship, and really that size is a nice, perfect size for me.
I would love to get on the actual Freedom, like that.
Freedom. Yeah, especially now that it's been redone too. You know, they updated that, and then of course Rona happened. But Gary dropping in another $5 super chat. He says, but Frank and I weren't on them, so they don't count. That's all right. We're gonna get you guys on them for sure. We're gonna do we'll have to do a Royal Group cruise. I will have announcement in the coming weeks about a 2021 group cruise. You guys do not want to miss it. Other than that, that's gonna do it for tonight's show, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. On behalf of myself, Mama Hocum, and Peter up top, thank you so much for stopping in today. If you enjoyed tonight's show, do me a favor, click subscribe and hit that thumbs up button if you're already subscribed. Share the video with a friend, or share your favorite video with a friend, especially during this whole Rona time period where we're not putting out new content, new cruise vlogs necessarily. It really does help when you guys do share those videos out with your family members and your friends and neighbors and things like that. So do me that one small finger.
Like your North Carolina series.
Yeah, like the North Carolina Mountain Series, which is something that you guys may not have thought about for a vacation. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. We had so much fun getting a cabin up in the mountains for a couple days, especially right now with the cold outside. You can light that fire inside. Oh, it would be amazing. I think you'll really enjoy it. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here on Cruise Talk Live tonight. Special thanks to our moderators for helping keep the chat family friendly and safe so the kiddos can watch and so can Grandma. There's one thing left to say. Until next week, tonight's been real. It's been fun. This show has been real fun. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, on Cruise Talk Live. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.